How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions. And of course, I'm the one and only Eddie. So glad to have you guys back, and these are my Divine Therapy Sessions. How's it going, guys? What's up? After the 4th of July, hopefully you guys had a good holiday. And now you got Monday, right? So hopefully you're enjoying your day. Hey guys, I wanted to talk about it's like something that I went through, and I know being on this process of like the spiritual journey, this little, I would say, segue or this part is really difficult, and I wanted to shine light on it, and also, you know, just motivate you, give you the good word on what to expect and what happened with me in the process. And I guess more specifically, this part is when I would say God is asking you, or if you're out there and you don't like the word God, just use universe or creator. Obviously, just implement what resonates with you, right? Okay, so, but I'm going to utilize God, okay? So, all right, so when God asks you to do the hard thing, I noticed this, okay, so like we all go through the similar journey, right? Essentially, we wake up, we look around, and we start noticing language, whether that be numerology, divination, no matter what it is, we find that the world has a little bit more meaning than what we previously recognized. And after that, we realize that there's a new way to live, and then we go through the process of healing ourselves. But before that happens, we go through this process of noticing that we have a dark side, right? Because we are in this platform called planet Earth, and in this third density, there's a lot of evil going on, right? And you gotta be, it's one of those deals of like, you're gonna be of the world, right? But what you realize with spirituality is that the saying that like, be in the world, but don't be of the world. That is, I feel like, when you have an awakening, do the work, and then you're living in a new lifestyle, right? You're not doing the 3D things anymore. You're not associating yourself with those types of things. Now, this is the difficult part that I'm talking about, you guys. No matter where you're at right now in the journey, you're going to find yourself in this place. God's going to ask you to do something. Either do something or stop doing something. He usually asks you to do both. That's what he did for me. This is the way it worked, you guys. I remember the first communication was recognizing the fact that he was even there. I knew God always existed. I always had it in my heart, but there was really no tangible evidence. It was off faith and faith alone. And so when I had this spiritual awakening, it was it kind of like, for me, put the puzzle pieces together, right? Or if you think about it like a chess game, instead of like missing pieces, the whole game got set up, and now I could see how the game is being played, right? And that makes the game a lot easier. But then again, you have to learn the techniques on how to play the game, right? So for me, it was, no matter where you're at. So for me, it was difficult from day one. I had to because I dealt with addictions, right? So I had to get rid of the garbage that was going on with me. And that was the hard thing. I thought that once I stopped drinking that it was done there. That wasn't the case. So what God had asked of me, he said, hey, okay, Eddie. And this is what was the hardest truth, the hardest thing. Sometimes God's going to ask you some things that you're not going to like. And he's going to say things that you're not going to appreciate. But he's trying to do it. And this is the good word. He's trying to do it for your betterment. Because we're not able to see the bird's eye view of, or the grand plan, the master plan that's going on, God's plan. So he told me it's not good enough for you to just be good. And I was like, dang, man, that's harsh. I was like, I thought I was already doing the right thing, you know, like I stopped doing these things. And he said, no, he's like, you should have been doing that the whole time. But now that we're here, this is what I'm going to ask of you, Eddie. You're getting rid of your energy too much. And if you're trying to, and like we all are, right? We're all trying to especially if we have a spiritual awakening. Usually we're doing a job that we don't, that our spirit doesn't agree with, right? Or what we're not even meant to be on earth for. And so we realize that there's a whole new job that we not have to, but get to do. But it takes work to get there because you're not, educated, or you're not seasoned in it. It's going to be brand new, right? And so, also too, another thing to think about in this process is that you're getting prepared. If you resonate with being with someone in this new spiritual world, you're getting yourself ready for that person as well, right? Like, to even be in that energy, because you gotta be vibrating at the same energies. Now, what I realized after a while is that, like, I was dispersing my energy too frivolously. That's how it was even told to me. That's how I even came up with those words right now, right? I remember him saying that, like, you have to be celibate. You have to stop the process of masturbation. You have to stop watching pornography. You have to stop. You don't have to, because you have a choice at the end of the day. It's free will. That is a beautiful thing that God has. God has given us all free will. And if he makes his angels abide by this rule, that they can't impede on our free will, then you sure should know that that the same thing, that we have to abide by the same things. And that's why I'm saying it's harder to be of a virtuous person. It's hard to be a person with values and morals, because you're going to have to be above what everyone else does, right? You're going to have to be it's the instant gratification stuff has to go out the window. You know, that's the difficult things that are going to be asked. And no matter what you're going through, whether it's if you're addictions in any fashion, those are going to have to be getting rid of. But I think the hard thing too is when he asks you to get rid of those things, and then when he tells you to begin to teach. You know, I know for me, is like, I always wanted to help people, and I knew that I had some sense of I understand people, right? And I understand body language very well. I can pick up on people's energies, whether you want to call that empath or whatever. I'm gifted. I'm really gifted psychically too. So, like, I just pick up on things. I have like a knowing without knowing. But one of the things for me, man, and this is the process of, like, when you're trying to get yourself in a place where you have to get healthy first, right? Before you can teach. I never felt good about teaching another person when I was in the cuts doing some things, right? Like, it's one of those deals, man. Like, so say I want to be a police officer. Like, I can't be a drug dealer. I can't be doing things out the back of my car or doing things in my personal life when I'm a law-abiding citizen, and then I upheld people to the same process, right? I mean, that's why we have these processes where people get, like, shined out into the light, right? And that's one of those things, man. This process is like, you can fake it, but you can only fake it for a little bit, and eventually that stuff's going to come out to the surface. So you have to be careful, man. This stuff is no joke. Like, if God is asking you to do it, I tell you this, man, go for it. Go for it and do it as 100% as you can. You're going to fall down. You guys, I look at my other videos when I talk about things, getting rid of addictions and habits, and getting rid of that garbage, right? And the stuff that's slowing you down is what I say. It's a difficult process, but I can promise you it's worth it. That delayed gratification, because look at this, man. So think about it like this. Just because I get to a point where I reach abundance, or let's say that I reach my goals, right? Am I going to implement the things that I was doing before? Heck no. No, that's what I'm saying, you guys. This is a lifelong process. Going back, taking backward steps, like, you can't play God, right? Like, I'm talking about playing him, like, oh, like, I'm going to let him give me my abundance, and when I got it, then I'm going to go back to the party. Then I'm going to go back to being with whoever I want. Then my virtues are going to go out the window. That's not how it works, because as easily as it's been given to us, it can be taken away. And that's why I say everything in this world is a spiritual process at the end of the day, because What we're being asked to do is be of a higher vibration, and that is the secret code, you guys. That high vibration is going to get you what you need. And I can promise you this, if you just listen to the messages that you're getting, those angel numbers, if you're listening to like if you're getting messages through music, if you're getting messages through conversations, like, I know that it took me a long time to pick up on this language, but when I did, that's when the magic began to happen. You guys, you're not dreaming. Or not, you are dreaming on planet Earth. I mean, that's the secret that most people don't realize. We're in a zombie state until we wake up. And then we realize that this is a test. It is a test, you guys. You're supposed to enjoy it here. You're supposed to love it here as well. But you're being tested for sure. I could say this is that, when you come to a place where you start listening to those messages, and I think that's another thing that I wanted to bring up is the messages. I know that was coming up big time because I haven't been watching the messages coming in, and I get messages straight. It's what is it? Clairaudience and clairsentient now. I'm talking about, like, once you guys get to a place where you're growing, it's evolutionary, man. Like, you'll find things out about yourself that you never even knew. And so that's what I'm saying, you guys, the gifts that God will give you, if you listen, that's what I'm talking about. But this is the big thing, you guys. Recognize this. And this is what I wanted to say. You guys are being tested and you're being watched. And this is how I'm gonna convince you. No, this is why people don't like the idea of God, because we feel like we can't meet up to God's standards. You can meet up to the standards. You're not going to be perfect, you guys. You are perfect, but we're going to have times where we fall. That's how it works. If you read the Bible, every single prophet, I mean, besides Jesus, right? But like every prophet, disciple, king, I'm talking about king. Okay, King David, he fell, right? You got like, let's just take one of the guys who is a leader who wrote most of the books in the New Testament. His name is Paul, right? Paul killed Christians before he got knocked off his high horse, right? So what I'm saying is that this is why I want to break the illusion that when God chooses you, because you've been chosen. If you're on this channel, you've been chosen. Sisters and brothers, I promise you've been chosen. If those messages are coming in and you're ignoring them, I'm telling you, listen to them, because your world will change. And I'm not just talking about this, the green. That's a good energy to have, right? But I'm talking about the heart space, the mind space. When you start getting clear, that's when the magic begins. Because you guys, when your creativity starts to spark, you'll know, bro, like it starts in your heart and then it comes out all the way to the surface, and it's undeniable, man. You'll know when someone's working their program and when someone isn't. Someone's glowing, their ideas are vibrant. God will bless you. Those blessings are there for you for the taking. All he's asking for you is to give up the things that he's telling you to give up and go forward and move forward into the next portion of this beautiful experience. It's hard, you guys. I know it's difficult. It's asking a lot. And you may be out there and you may not have addictions like I do, right? So don't get hung up on that stuff either. God may still be asking you to stop drinking. He may still ask you to stop hanging out with those people down the street that aren't good for you. Those people that if you're in a relationship with people and they make you feel like you're in a competition, you shouldn't be around those people. And if you feel if you have that feeling when you're around someone and you've been friends with them for a very long time, or these group of people, and they give you that feeling, trust that feeling. That is God given. You guys, I just want to say that, like, the gifts and the blessings are so grand and so beautiful. I haven't reached the goals that I had set out. I've been working at my abundance now for roughly 8 months. I'm still working at it, guys. And I could just say this is like, it stopped becoming an abundance thing and it became abundance of the heart, right? Because we all start out, we're like, damn, I need money, yo. Like I need to pay for my bills. I got to pay for whatever, right? And so like, that's hard to get out of your mind. But when I started to receive the abundance, of the heart, which is like gifts, my psychic gifts, being able to help others, being able to have, to enhance my compassion, my intuition. You guys, those are the gifts that last forever. And when you help another person, that is a priceless gift. And when you have an appreciation for life, because I know I know what it's like when not having an appreciation for life, for wanting to take my own life because I hated it here, to being where I am now, right? That's a gift. That's a gift to wake up and not feel miserable. I can just tell you that, you guys. That's hard. A lot of people can have all the abundance all day and still feel wicked inside. That's a terrible place to be in. It's draining. It's distraught. Another thing that was coming up for me, man, I'm drawing a blank real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking, what was it? I totally forget now, but yeah, no, I was just, see, these things keep coming up for me where I just like, I want to put out there, you guys, that like, if you're being called, answer the call. And they won't stop, you guys. That's the thing. I'm going to tell you this. I feel like God had been calling me for a very long time, years before, and I didn't hear him. Or I chose not to hear him. But he's consistently been there for me. And you guys, I've been through the dirt. I've done dirt. I've done some stuff that I'm not proud of, right? Like we all do. And that's where I felt like I wasn't good enough, right? Or I wasn't going to be something. Or I wasn't going to be able to get my medicine out to the next person because of the embarrassing things that happened to me in the past. And that's the hard thing. That's where I'm going back. I'm circling back around to what needed to be said. You're going to be asked to put your medicine out there, and you're going to deem it as being embarrassed. But I'm telling you that you're light years ahead of other people, because everyone's going to have to come to this recognition one way or another. Be and feel blessed. This is why I always say, you guys, it's like you're being called to the forefront to be better people, but everyone's going to have to do this in their own time, whether they choose to do it in this lifetime or the next or the next or the next. This is what I'm saying, you guys. It's like, take it up, take your mantle up. Don't waste any more time. Do it, because I can promise you, you won't go wrong. God's going to test you. Yes, it's part of it. You're already in the test. You might as well take up the mantle, right? You're his children, man. God's always going to be waiting for you, waiting he's waiting for right at the precipice of what's going on in your life. No matter what's going on, you guys, he's always listening to you. He's always waiting for you. The angels, that's another thing. The angels, which God, if you believe in God or you believe in universe, or the ascended masters, the enlightened ones, or your ancestors, whatever you believe in, those all come from source, right? From God. So if the angels can't impede on your free will, and that is the divine, that is God's rule, they won't be able to intervene on your behalf unless you ask them to. This is what I say to everyone. Anytime that I was in major trouble and I asked for help, God has always helped me. He may not have looked the way that I wanted it to, but it sure as shit got me out of where I needed to be. And it put me in a better place. So just know that, and you guys, if you don't know how to do this, I have other videos, but all you have to do is if you're struggling out there, if you're in the spiritual world and you're dealing with the anxiety, the stress, fear of abundance. If you're feeling in fear or lack, you can ask for relief. It's out there. All you got to do is ask. All you have to do is say is this: Father, or angels, Michael, or whatever ascended master, or whatever you resonate with, ancestors, intervene on my behalf, and please transmute and heal the energies of fear, of lack, of loss, and just be specific as to what you need relief from, and they will relieve you of it. You will get that. It won't feel like they're not going to give you $1,000 because you need $1,000, but they're going to make that stress go away. You may not notice at first because you're not privy on the communication yet, or the feelings. We're not. That's the thing is like this language when it opens up, your body's been talking to you the whole time. You just haven't been listening. You haven't been educated on this. Everyone should be educated on their own body. Even the spiritual body, how your spiritual body responds to your physical body. This would help everybody. I'm telling you this, you guys, this is another thing. If you're out there and you don't believe God's watching you, or you don't want to believe that he is, know that he is. If some random person who is gifted, who has a high intuition and does tarot, if they can find out your story and be thousands of miles away and know the energies that you're putting out, because they can, you guys. Nothing's a secret in this world. If you really thought about it, nothing's a secret. Think about the divination of tarot. Now, I always say this. You can use anything for good and you can use them for bad, right? So depending on the person, that's why I'm saying like some people shouldn't be dealing with anything like this because they're not ready. But I'm saying this, is the best conduit to God is you, me. We are the best vessel. We are the channel. Divination, like there's many forms of divination, but tarot or some people just read regular cards. All they're doing, that tool is helping them. The intuition in a person is far exceeding. So if we're able to be psychics, if we're able to read energy, if we're able to have visions, if we're able to hear the angels, if we're able to decipher codes, are you saying that there's no God watching us, testing us? Of course. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys, that's about all I got. I'm starting to come a little redundant, but I'm just trying to shine out to you guys that like you're not dreaming. This stuff is real, and that you're being called to the forefront. And if you are in a position right now where you're still doing those old things and you're in spirituality, you're going to have to stop. You're not going to be able to you're going to reach a certain point and you're going to hit it and you're not going to be able to get past it. You're going to have to let go of those things, those worldly things. You can't be of the world. You can be in it, but you can't be of it. That's what they say. It's in the Bible. Everyone has a different explanation, but you can't be both in servant of Mammon and God. You can't ride the fence, right? Because your energy wasn't built to do that anyways. You got to make a choice. Are you going to work for the light? Or are you going to work for the darkness? It's entirely up to you. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. Love and light. Spread my videos out there, man. There's a lot of good content on here. Free your mind and free others. That's all I could say, you guys. I love you so much. Make sure to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted every time I upload a video. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right.